Hello everyone, welcome to today's session where we're going to look at the poem Woman to Man by Judith Wright. Judith Wright donned many hats during her lifetime. She was an Australian poet, critic and short story writer who published more than 50 books. She was also an uncompromising environmentalist and social activist who campaigned for Aboriginal land rights. Judith Wright's poem Woman to Man is about the fear of a woman who is fearful in giving birth to a child. This poem clearly exhibits the psyche of a pregnant woman. So let's begin the textual analysis. I am reading the text. The eyeless laborer in the night, the selfless, shapeless seed I hold. So here the presence of this personal pronoun I in the second line clearly tells that the poetess herself is pregnant and she is sharing her feelings about her unborn child and its creation. As she calls it, eyeless laborer. It is eyeless because it is in the form of fetus in the womb and can't see, and laborer because it is regularly moving for its development in the womb. So it is laborer, the eyeless laborer in the night, in the darkness of the womb. The selfless child has no identification yet. It has, because it has no motives or self-concerned matters yet. It is not developed into an identity yet. Selfless, shapeless, it has no shape. It is has not developed into a child. Seed I hold. So the poetess is holding or bearing the seed or the fetus, which is shapeless and selfless, builds for its resurrection day, and it builds or it develops for its resurrection day, for the day it will take birth, the day when it will come out of womb. And it is resurrection day because that day will be the new life, the day of new life for that unborn child. Silent and swift and deep from sight. It is silent and constantly moving. It is swift and deep from sight. Though physically it is very near the mother, the poetess can feel a sense of closeness to the child in her womb, but it can't be seen. It is deep from sight. It can't be seen then too. Foresees the unimagined light, and this child imagines the outer light which it will see when it will come out of the womb. And so it is imagining, foreseeing the unimagined light which it has not seen yet. So this was the first stanza. Next one. This is no child with a child's face. This has no name to name it by. Yet you and I have known it well. This is our hunter and our chase, the third who lay in our embrace. Now in this stanza there is a very evidently, we can say, or very evident, there is an indication that the husband of the poetess is also present there, and she is addressing him. She is addressing him too. So what she is saying here, this is no child because the child has not developed yet. It has not taken its shape. The face of the child has not developed. So it can't be called as a child. This has no name to name it by. And the fetus, this is the fetus just. And fetus can't be given any name yet. Yet she is here addressing to her husband. She is saying to him, yet he and herself know it well that a new life to be born, because they both have created it, and they knew it well, though it is in the womb, it is in the form of fetus, but they know it well. This is our hunter and our chase. Here the unborn child has been called hunter. It is hunter because it has made the poet and her husband excited, thoughtful, and busy in future preparations. That's why it is their hunter and their chase. And how it is their chase? Because they are eagerly waiting for him. It is this unborn child is their future target. It is the aim or future target of their life now. That's why it is their chase and it is their hunter. It has kept them kept them busy, and it is their chase too. It is the third member of their family which will share their embrace and caresses. Third stanza. This is the strength that your arm knows, the arc of flesh that is my breast, the precise crystals of our eyes. So this stanza is echoing the development of the fetus into a child, where by addressing her husband, the poetess is saying that your arm provides strength to it, and her breast provides the shape of the flesh. Her breast provides its flesh, shape to its flesh, the precise crystals of our eyes. And it is here we can take two meanings, that the eyes of the unborn child will be the mixture of theirs, and this child is the crystal of their eyes because it is very dear to them. This is the blood's wild tree that grows the intricate and folded rose. And here the poet is saying, while imagining or while feeling the making of the complicated structure of the fetus, while its development, she is saying that she can sense that there is a growth of the blood's wild tree. The blood's wild tree is the growth of arteries and veins, and that is intricate. It is a complicated structure of fetus, and this growth of arteries and veins is very complicated and folded rose. And here that unborn child is called folded rose because it is in the form of embryo, which will unfold when it will take birth or it will come out of womb. So here very clearly the miracle of birth, the miracle of unfolding from an very complicated mass, very structured mass of cells, which is just like a miracle that a human being come out of that complicated, very intricate structure or mass of cells. It will be the unfolding of that rose. This is the maker and the mate. This is the question and reply. So here the child has been called maker and mate. It is made because it is the creation of parents, and it is maker because when it will grow up, it will become man, then it will have the potential of creating new life. This is the question. The child is the question because until the child is not born, it is a question, because the question like how it looks, how beautiful it is, what's its color. So the child in itself is the question, and it will reply when it will come out of womb. It will be reply of all those queries and questions, all those curiosities, the blind head butting at the dark. And here this unborn child is blind because it can't see in the darkness of the womb, and it is striking its head against the walls of the womb, the blaze of light along the blade, and the blaze or the light of the blade that severs the ties between mother and child as the umbilical cord is cut. So here the hint towards the fact is very clear. The fact that childbirth can be deadly or dangerous, or the new life, the process of new life is only the risk of life itself. It can be the life can be created only by risking the life. So here the word which the poetess used in the first stanza, the word resurrection, takes its significance. Here it becomes significant. Resurrection, as the resurrection of Christ defeated the death. In the same way, conception in itself is individual's conception in itself is a resurrection. A blaze of light along the blade, oh hold me, for I am afraid. And at this moment the poetess feels fear in giving birth to a child, so she implores her companion, her husband, to hold or comfort her as she feels apprehensive. So this was the poem Women to Man by Judith Wright, where by taking an upfront or confrontational stance, she is speaking about intercourse, conception, pregnancy, and childbirth. And these were the things, and such things were not spoken by women openly in the era when this poem published in 1949. So it was in itself a very revolutionary and act, which was though it is written in very sophisticated manner by Wright. So this was the poem Women to Man, and that's all for today. I look forward to see you in the next session. Thank you for your attention.